Our productive philosophy has always been inspired by the research, the quality, and the genuineness of all our products. At the same time, we try to extend quality also to the services and to the market's collaboration. Our manufacturing sites are four. The first is in Castello Roganzuolo, where the final phases of the production take place and where the research department, the logistics center, and the sales office are located. The historical site of Pianzano, where the distillery is and where the training center is active. Moreover, the Molino della Botte in Colazzone, a few kilometers from Perugia, where the extra virgin olive oil is produced. Finally, the spring Quartzia in Lanzo d'Intelli, where our mineral water Quartzia gushes out and is bottled. Our grappas are produced from grapes grown on the hills, in particular on those of Conegliano Veneto, where the Prosecco vine variety gives the best results. The grapes are plucked late, so that they have fine aromas and a sugar content suitable to obtain quality grappa. Once they're in the cellar, they're crushed with machines that guarantee an appropriate hygiene level as well as rapid operations, thus keeping the fragrance of the freshly plucked grapes. Once the vinasse gets to the distillery, it is checked, put in sterile containers with controlled temperature, and after a few days, when its perfumes reaches a complete maturity, it is distilled. The distillation takes place in various steps. During the first one, a soft vapor flow goes through the grape mug, thus causing the evaporation of its alcohol content. In this way, we obtain a distillate with 20-degree alcohol strength that contains all aromas and flavors of the grape. When this phase is over, the vinasse, deprived of its alcoholic contents, is expelled from the alembic and used to produce a grape seed oil. The obtained distillate undergoes another distillation in alembics in a bain-marie, so called because they're heated only on their outside by steam, where, under controlled temperature, only its purest part evaporates, which is then concentrated in the distillation's column. Finally, the wise intervention of the master distiller separates the heart of the first part, the head, from the last one, the tail. The heart of the grappa gushes out from the Bon Gusto basin and contains the warmth of the sun and the freshness of the grape. After the grappa is distilled, it's left to rest in wooden barrique for a few months, during which the most volatile and penetrating parts are dispersed into the air. At the end, the grappa that still has an 80-degree alcoholic strength is mixed with purified water and cooled down to minus 20 degrees centigrade so that the oily parts become solid. Now the grappa is ready to be packaged, and after the bottle sterilization phase, it's bottled in a closed environment and accurately checked by the experienced human eye. Any other subsequent phase, even if highly automatic, is performed and refined by the craftsmanship of our personnel that guarantees the high standard of each production. Limoncino is typical of the area extending between Campania and Sicily and is based on a traditional recipe using only top-quality raw materials. We tried and complete the job by using the noblest distillate, grappa. The basic raw materials are the lemons from Sicily that immediately after being plucked are sent to the distilleries of select craftsmen. The lemon peel contains all the flavors and natural oils that convey aroma and taste to the fruit. The lemons are peeled off by hand, and the peel is left in infusion in the grappa for about a month, thus creating a concentrate that is used for the production of the final liqueur. The grapes of Prosecco and Moscato are definitely the most delicate ones, both for their low alcohol content and for their slight acidity. This is a great advantage because it makes the must, and as a consequence the wine, finer, more elegant, and above all, fruity. The secret during the sparkling wine production lies in keeping these characteristics unchanged. The grapes are crushed just before they reach their maximum maturation to guarantee a high acidity level and, as a consequence in time, to have greater stability of the characteristics and flavors of the product. The process of making sparkling wine is performed by our staff enotechnicians, who, thanks to their decades-long experience, guarantee the elegance of our bubbles. The hills of Gaiole, in Chianti near Siena, are amongst the most beautiful gifts of nature. The grapes of Sangiovese, the red wine that is used pure for our wines, are plucked in the vineyards of the Melito Castle. 1,000 hectares, 180 of which are grown only with vines, and are taken to the cellar a few hours after the vintage. The castle is on top of a hill about a kilometre from Gaiole in Chianti. Originally, it belonged to the Benedictine monks, and over the centuries it's been turned into a renowned tourist attraction because it managed to maintain its original characteristics and become a destination for passionate tasters. The wines used to produce Fragolino come from the hills of Veneto, Friuli and Trento, regions where these wines are traditionally produced. To produce Fragolino, having good wines is not sufficient. You also need the wild strawberries that, once picked, are left in infusion to give taste and body to the final product. It was born in Colazzoni, a few kilometers from Todi, and is named after the mill's vanes made with the wooden staves of a barrel, the Molino della Botte. In this oil mill, the olives of Lecino and Biancolilla are cold pressed and give our oil an intense fruity flavor.
Why does my soul